Yo, what's up, everyone? Aaron Comics here. Today I'm going to be reviewing all the books from New Comic Book Day on February 19th, 2020. So stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Now, before we get started on the books, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. And if you're not already doing so, please check out my Instagram, AR Comics. I drop daily content, great stuff. And if you're enjoying the videos, I know you're going to enjoy that. So let's get started on the real reason why you're here. First up on the list this week, we've got Machine Man 2020. This is going to be a tie-in, the Iron Man 2020 run. The series itself has been pretty okay. I figured I'll give the tie-in a shot. The tie-in is very average in my opinion. So it's obviously about Machine Man. It picks up almost exactly where his story left off in the main run, where Jocasta went flying past him on her little bike or hovercraft, whatever that was, and that picks up right where this was. So he goes off, chases her down. He gets led to like her secret lair or something. It ends up he's just fighting a whole bunch of robots the whole time. And that's kind of what it was. It was like a little cheesy knockoff love story because he's trying to get the love of his life back while she and everybody else has been brainwashed by Arno Stark. And that's pretty much what it was. The ending ended up being that she was very happy with her new brainwashed life, and she said that she upgraded him, the Machine Man, to a new 2020 Machine Man. And that's where we got left off. It was okay. I might pick up the next one. At some parts, I actually seemed pretty interested in it. The art was pretty nice as well, so I might give it a shot. Next up, Amazing Mary Jane, number 5. This run, I don't know, I picked it up because I was able to get the first 3 for a very fair price. And then I picked up 4, and it's been kind of the same thing. You're really not missing much. So what this is, it's when Mary Jane left New York to go do her film career, and the entire first 4 issues have literally just been making the movie. Everything's been going wrong. Mysterio is actually the director of the movie, and at some point, I think issue 3, I think it was the Sinister Six got introduced, and they're trying to derail the movie. It's been a very whatever run. If you haven't been keeping up with it, there's no reason to keep going on with it. This one, however, if you are continuing on with it, this story, the filming was wrapped up, and it was like kind of a cool big fight scene towards the end. It really didn't make sense, but they basically filmed it for the movie, even though it was actually happening with the Sinister Six and like the entire actors and actresses. I don't know. Obviously, there's one left, and I have to pick it up because I've read the rest of them. But overall, it's been a very kind of a dull run. Family Tree, number 4. I love this story. I think this story has been fantastic so far. If you're not keeping up with it, it's about a little girl who gets sick of a disease or virus or something, but she starts turning into a tree. And no one knows what's going on. Her grandfather, who hasn't been in any of their lives, come out of nowhere. He apparently knows what's going on because the dad, who left years before that, he turned into a tree and ended up dying by some weird religious cult group who wants to kill all these people who are turning into trees. Because we find out in this one, they think if you're able to fulfill turning into the tree completely, that's like the apocalypse or the end of the world. Something like that. So this picks up where the last one left off, where that doctor in New York is trying to do whatever she can to help Megan, but obviously she can't help her because she's turning into a tree. We don't really find out anything more about that tree of life type thing that they ended with issue 3 on, but the whole time we got to see this like weird religious cult. They came into the mix, and basically it was like a fight the whole time. They killed, the family was able to kill a bunch of them off and make it out, but the grandfather, Judd, it doesn't look too good for him. They left it off with him basically being surrounded, and he's probably not going to die, but that's the way they left it for us. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 3 is up next. I don't know. This run has been very okay. I feel like it's like the rest of those little Marvel runs. I know I talk about them in a lot of my videos, but most of these runs, they just feel so meaningless, and I feel like I'm wasting my money. And I'm not saying this one is one of them, but it feels like it has no meaning. It's got no value, no purpose. It's just a little story about the Cosmic Ghost Rider. And this issue, he's finally fighting the Cosmic King. Something happens to Cammy right in the beginning of the issue. She's like thrown off or hit or something. And they don't follow up with that. I don't know what happened to Cammy. So maybe she's dead, maybe she's alive. But the cool part about this issue I actually liked more than the first two. So he's fighting the Cosmic King the whole time. Ends up he ends up beating the Cosmic King. And in place of not actually killing him, he offers Frank Castle his soul back. So he's able to revert back to being just regular Frank Castle. Even though it's like way, way, way in the future. So that was really cool. And we got to see kind of the sequence of him becoming the Cosmic King. All of the things that happened in Frank Castle's life that led to this. And I thought it was pretty cool. To be honest, I enjoyed this issue. I enjoyed it a lot more than the last ones. Obviously, now at this point, I have to get the final two. But hopefully they're just getting better. Undiscovered Country number 4 is up next for us from Image. I love this run as well. I think it's fantastic. And I was reading somewhere a little back that they were really going for the long run for this series. So if you're kind of keeping up with it, try not to miss out, because I think what I was reading, they're trying to push for like 50 plus issues. I don't know if this is going to turn into like a Walking Dead type thing where it's super long, but I know that they're really aiming for it to be long. But either way, this issue also picks up almost directly where the last one left off. If you've been following it, Daniel, he's going to betray everybody. He's kind of working with the Destiny Man, and this issue, I'm just saying, if we're in this for the long run, this could potentially be a key issue, because no pun intended, Daniel finally gets the key. So he betrays everybody, gives Destiny Man what he wants, and in return, he gets the key to go to the next zone, enter the spiral, or whatever they're kind of aiming for with that. And he wants Daniel to also betray Uncle Sam, which I'm sure he's going to do. Or maybe he's going to be a good guy and kind of betray Destiny Man, Uncle Sam, everybody else, but he kind of saves himself and his sister Charlotte. We'll see how that goes. But that was almost the entire issue too. They were just kind of showing... this was like a backstory type issue. We got to see what everyone was really about, and not why they were chosen to be there, but they were all specifically asked for in that, remember that message in the very beginning of the issues where it was sorry about that. Supposedly Uncle Sam asked everyone to come, but at the very end of the message, in like a text encryption, it had all of their names specifically listed out. So they didn't really hit on that too much, but they did go in depth of everyone's background. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed this issue a lot. Next up on the list, On the Stump number 1. In my last video, when I said which books I was going to be picking up this week, I totally missed out on this one. I don't know how I forgot. But this issue was awesome. It's so cool. We got, politicians, they can't agree on anything. You got the Democrats, the Republicans, maybe even that third party if they're even counted for. But no one can agree. So on the stump is these, maybe not presidential candidates, but the senators and people who want bills passed. They fight it out in the ring. Winner gets the bill passed. Loser, obviously, you're not getting your bill passed. Very awesome concept. Very enjoyable. The artwork was fantastic. And I was a big fan. Well, yeah, big fan. I would definitely read that. Moving on, Guardians of the Galaxy number 2 by Al Ewing. I don't know if I like this yet. I know a lot of people really do like it, and I do really like Al Ewing, especially the Immortal Hulk. Maybe it's just me and I'm not a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan, or just cosmic Marvel in general. But this issue is okay to me. It picks up also kind of where the last one left off. But, nothing's going right for any of them. They're all kind of surrounded. They're all trapped. It looks like most of them are going to die. The gods are still pissed off about whatever reason. We still don't know why they're mad and why they're killing everybody to basically restart. But all the fights kind of get summed up in this issue, and everyone's able to make it back to the ship except Star-Lord. He's kind of still not trapped wherever he is, but he finds the big bomb that they were all supposed to get to initially. And him being the type of person he is, he sets it off, makes everybody else leave the planet, so ultimately it seems like he killed himself. Did he actually die? Who knows? I'm sure he didn't, but that's kind of the way they're leading it up to. And now, my top issue of the week. I'm sure it was a lot of other people's, but I loved this coming issue. It was fantastic. Wolverine #1. Now, to be honest, I'm not a big X-Men fan. I really love Wolverine, but overall, the X-Men to me, it's okay. Not my cup of tea, but I know people love it. This, however, was incredible. It's a massive book. I'm sure it's floating around 60 pages, something around there. And it's kind of got a couple different stories, so I can't really talk about everything too much, but issue starts off, it looks like Wolverine killed all of his friends, like the mutants. They're up in Alaska, and you don't really know anything that happened. But further on in that story, I'm sure whoever's been following all the Dawn of X stuff, they're using medication and stuff from Krakoa to like heal the regular civilians in the world. I don't know what they're using, but in this one specifically, it was like a pollen or a flower was being turned into something, but people were stealing the flowers and turning it into a drug called like pollen, and it was actually killing people. Turned them into like, I don't know, zombies of some sort. I don't really know. It was very cool though. And another story, they brought in Omega Red, they got Dracula, and that was a whole cool thing with vampires. And basically the way this whole thing ended was that while everyone in the world is occupied with Krakoa and all the mutants doing their own thing, it gave the vampires time to like rise up. So now we got Vampire Nation doing their own thing, and it was really cool. So I don't know, maybe I might have to hop on that Dawn of X, because I know people did say it got better. Like I said, not for me, but maybe I'll give it a shot. So after all these books got summed up, this was definitely my pick of the week. Loved every second of it. And let me know. Comment below, what was your favorite book this week? What did I miss out on? I know people got Batman. Let me know what you think about that Batman. I think it was $89. Did you pay cover price? You pay, I don't know, some massive number that I saw some people paying. I saw some people paying around $20 to $25 for that book. That's outrageous. It's a cameo, not even a first full appearance. But let me know. What'd you guys get? What didn't you get? Did you get On the Stump? Because I know that book was fantastic as well, and I know a lot of people have not been getting that. So with that, thank you very much for watching my video. Hope you guys like the new setup. I got it all done in like a day-ish while we were still moving into all the other stuff. But with that, have a good night.